state, built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, it's a black and blue matchup in the NFC North between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. The Florida Atlantic man, Greg Joseph, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lambeau. This one fielded at the 5. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Now, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the Packers who won that game on the road, so they'll be trying to win the season series here at home in Lambeau. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Rodgers. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by a Caleb Evans. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
I really don't think you can fault the decision-making here because your offensive quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Getting the ball is Cook, right left. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here, 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Cook. And not much running room. Down to the 32. This defense for the Packers, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Cook now off the read option. And some space here. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs. It gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Cook now off the read option. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. Joseph connects on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
On 2nd and 12, Rodgers. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Danielle Hunter racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point is always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with...
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. A tone setter on defense. They pick off the first pass. I had to look down, but yeah, no interceptions last week, so they made up for lost time.
Boy, did they ever. And when you pick off the first pass of the game, you talk about a tone setter. Now your whole entire defense is thinking, okay, when do we get our next one? Can't wait to get back out on the field and get after him.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Jet sweep. Here's Watson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing is Rodgers. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And award that sack to Boogie Basham. Here's Pat O'Donnell on now to punt it away. Pulled in at the 24. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On play action, it's Brady. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, we talk a lot about referees trying to protect quarterbacks, and no question they're going to protect number 12.
And really, truly, around the league, the intent is to protect all quarterbacks. It's just common sense. Those are the guys everyone comes to see play each and every week. And that call was pretty easy.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. You don't see that a ton, do you? Where the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Running off tackle with Cook. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Now they'll throw with Brady. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And into the end zone, it's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
Crosby with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Seven, our score after 1. Here's 2nd and a yard. Cook up the gut, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Cook now off the read option. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chatter right now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Chandler on 2nd down. And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. 3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And able to pick up the 1st across midfield to the 47. 55 rushing yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. They run again on 1st down. Cook. He's got it to the 43 here.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a handoff to Chandler. And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 38. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now a give running right, it's Cook. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. They'll run for it. Cook. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Dalvin Cook turned away on 4th down. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. He'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
2nd down, another shot for Jones. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Cameron Hayward getting upfield to make the stop. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
It always helps when you get great run support from your safeties, and when you get one who can actually read the play and get upfield and shut it down before it gets going, it's exactly what you're looking for.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. And not an easy spot here. He'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The kick by Joseph is good. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
On second down, Dillon. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And leading 10-7, and they may just want to get this to the locker room. Well, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Brady bounces forward on the jet sweep. And not much happening there as he'll get it back to the line of scrimmage and no more. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time. So make sure you get in shape.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Andrew Booth making the tackle.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
That one a first down pickup of 8. Rodgers going to give this one to Dillon. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And Rodgers intercepted a third time. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there. Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable second down.
On second down, it's Cook again. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beefeaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say we should have done better there.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
On second down, it's Jones. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 48 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw. That's complete to Dobbs.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Now on 2nd and 13. Rodgers. The throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw brought in by Watson. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. Off the option, it's Jones. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
He's got the hook up with Dobbs. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 15-yard line. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Up the middle, Jones. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football. What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
So a big spot now for Crosby, but he's been here before. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Crosby is good, and that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I guess the good news as they start this drive is that they still do have the lead, Charles. If their defense hadn't been able to hold them to a field goal on the other side, they'd be down. But now it's about preserving that very small lead.
It is preserving and maybe stretching it out a little bit. Because if you're a starter on that side of the ball, I certainly hope you didn't loosen up your shoulder pads or start to cut the tape off. Because if you did it way too soon. They've got to go back out there with renewed vigor, for lack of a better term, and also a good plan. They need points, and they need them now.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Cook again. Taken down at the 42.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Gotta have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
104 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
This offense on 3rd down today, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
3rd down. Here's a run by Cook.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Now on 2nd and 13. Rodgers. Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. 2nd down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Now Rodgers got to have this one. And he comes back with one complete.
He's got room at the 30. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
Running right, Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 17.
On the tackle, it was Dane Belton.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Here's Jones again on 2nd down.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
Now Rodgers. Hard throw, incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
The kick by Crosby is good, and that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. Now, we knew this had the potential to be a tight game, but with less than 3 minutes to play, couldn't be any tighter. We're all tied.
All locked up, right? And this next drive is going to tell us everything we need to know about this game, because I want to see how they come out with the football. Are they going to be aggressive and attack downfield? You still got a 2-minute warning to come up? Or they're going to be conservative and try and hold on and maybe just get to overtime?
All square now at 13 all as he sends this one away. Takes it at the 7. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? What does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. And let's see, the Packers defensively 6 DBs, so a dime look on third.
Could play coverage or bring pressure.
And they will get the conversion on third down, but the clock, a more pressing factor. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Cook now off the read option. 117 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. On 2nd down, Cook. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
And he's going to get this inside the 30. And now they're going to get the timeout. A huge play has him in field goal range with a chance to win. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Tension building. Here's Greg Joseph. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And his kick is good. He knocks through his 3rd field goal of the game, and this one is the one that decides it. And it'll be a fun time in the Twin Cities tonight. The Vikings win it. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And I tell you, these division games never for the faint of heart, but they come through with a tight victory here on the road.
And you find yourself working harder in a game like this too, don't you? Because you got to stay with it, right? You got to stay with it. You got to stay locked in. It's our type of a game. And you just mentioned it. Division game on the road.